Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm back. Hopefully the last video. Hold on, let me get myself here in the back. What the hell am I? Right here. Let me mute myself. Hope this is the last video that I have to do like this, or you know what I mean? Because I'm looking on, like I said, the broader horizon. You know what I mean? I got the Nathan Drake, a collector's edition. Shout out to my man Carl from the UK. And hooked me up. I got the Sony PlayStation lights behind me. You know what I mean? I got two Uncharted now. I don't know what the hell. Maybe I give one. I thought it was gonna be a cool, but I guess I keep the steel box one and give the other one away. But so shout out to Carl, man, for me signing this exclusive contract with the PlayStation Nation. But I'm going for it. Like, you know what I mean? A few things that I want to talk about. And I had for the last 2 weeks, I've had some time to do some soul searching and to admit, you know, they say the error of my ways. You know what I mean? It takes a man to admit when he's wrong. And it's not even so much coming out and slamming the Xbox community, because I've met a lot of great guys over there. I'm just not even though you may see Kidsmoove's name in time, I'm not even here. I don't really have a problem with the dude. You know what I mean? It's just that he did a video talking about the exclusives, and I say, like my man D say, I must disagree. I got to disagree with that. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about that and some of the games that he named and a few other things. You know what I mean? We're going to talk. Like today, I got King's Blood with me, Gangster 5-star General.
Hey, yo, how you gonna act like you don't know me, Zaire? How you gonna act like you don't know me?
Start that shit, man. You know what I mean? Get your blood walk on.
Y'all know what it is, man. What up? It's King's Blood. I'm not a blood, but I'm King's Blood. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Bot King Killer. You know what I do out here. You hear me?
Ooh,
you know what I do out here.
Oh, so yeah. Right away, hold on, man.
Hold on, AKA Young Tywin Lannister, not Tyrion. Tywin. Tywin. Saying. I feel you. Hand of the Mad King.
Hand of the Mad King. Charles Quentin. Shout out to you for the $2 in the chat. He said the blood set. What said it? There she go. You should hold that.
Blood set in the building. Bang bang.
Yeah, for sure, man. We gotta embrace it, man. And again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Rambo's Corner. Also to sign up for a Patreon supporter. I appreciate the help, the support, not the help, the support, and also to shout out to the new guys who sponsored my channel. I got like 4 in one day. Wow. I forgot I even had the tab open. So shout out to you guys also. Kevin, my man Kevin Garcia is always there. Shout out to you, Skip Bayless, Protos X. Also, my man The Finest, another actually he's a the Finest is a Patreon supporter. And he also
before we get into this, listen to shout out to the fam, man. Before we even get into all that, shout out to everybody in the chat, the whole chat fam. A lot of people come on Next Gen channel. They can't stand the people in the chat because y'all be calling their asses out. Keep doing that shit. You know how we moving,
right?
Shout out to the chat, man.
I'm sorry. We just got another $2 in the chat.
Shout out to Jimmy Be Drunk. I'm gonna bust that ass out here.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to. Listen, a little sidebar. While we still talking, my room store, hit the like button. We were supposed to play Jimmy and them today in Gears. I don't know what happened. He said maybe next week, but it's cool. Whatever the case may be. I was running around with a chicken with my head cut off anyway. But we got also think it's when we get back to live streaming. I was waiting to. I'm not waiting. I have the green screen and shit. I just got a new mic. I got to just put shit together. So tomorrow, put the new desk. I'm trying to get the mic up. Get my. I don't know how I'm gonna do the green screen. But anyway, shout out to all you guys. Yeah. Hold on one second. Hey, Mass, what's going on with you, brother?
What up, man? That means all I heard just now was I'm still tech illiterate, so I'm gonna have to help you with the green screen.
For sure.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to Phil Spencer for trying to do something, please. No, all right, well, fuck it. And Bravo and Bullies, we out here, man.
Max.
Bend the knee. Everybody.
God just saved my life. God just saved my life. Bend the knee.
Let me tell you, man. I'm gonna take that.
All right, hold up. Dealer want to hop in, brother. You want to ride the wave? Let me send this joke a link. Hold on. Get him. Wait, Jesus Christ. Here we go. Bam. Dealer's going to join us also. You know what I mean?
Dealer.
All right.
Oh, I can't even see the screen. Where am I? I was taping it. I got so many goddamn windows open. Anyway, so yo, there's a few things I want to talk about. And like I said, some of you guys, it's crazy as hell. Oh, I want to say this for the record too. You know what I mean? I personally don't have a problem with anybody. I just want to say that because I don't know what the hell. If you don't know me by now, know that I have a sense of humor. Okay, I don't have a problem with anyone whatsoever. As long as you disrespect my family or anything, I don't have a problem with your person. I don't know any of you guys personally. Nothing. We're just talking about gaming. A difference of opinion. Yesterday on Twitter, guy called me Judas. Fine, I take it. I don't believe in the Bible anyway. Talking about Hebot has been a big support. I don't have a problem with Hebot. Now, Alex put up I guess a picture of Hebot on the stream or whatever. Whatever. That's not. What the hell? I wasn't even looking at the screen, but they took that as me dissing he. I don't have a problem with that. Trust me. If I have a problem with you, I don't have an issue with saying your name. You know what I mean? I don't need to sneak this or none of that shit. I do not bite my tongue. I am brutally honest. Trust me, okay? What you see is what you get. All right. So please stop with it. Yeah, and stop with all with the with the instigate. Like I didn't like the shit last week. I didn't have a problem with 100. I don't even know why he made a video. You know what I mean? I don't understand this shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with Kaleidoscope. You know what I mean? Like whatever. You know what I mean? If you have a difference of opinion, fine. We can all agree to disagree. I'm just saying if you guys don't cool out with the personal attacks, I'm gonna attack back. I can do that. I like to do this shit. Believe it or not, but I'm trying to be. I ain't trying to be messy.
See what happened to the last guy that attacked.
Oh yeah, my man. Yeah, right for real. You know what I mean? My man, what's my man? Jimmy B. Botton. Shout out to him too, man. So anyway, the video. Dealer Game he's gonna join also. He just sent me to you want to hop in with us. Kidsmoove. And actually, let me share my screen so you guys can see it. And shout out to him. I think Kidsmoove lives in Jersey now. Shout out to him, my fellow Jersey Knight. But anyway, he did a video, and it says here, you guys can see my screen, right?
Let me see.
You see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did a video. Says his Xbox One exclusives from 2013 to 2018 overview. Just you guys keep an eye on the chat for me because I can't see it. 2013 to 2018 overview. Now, I've kind of, how you say, been kicking the bee's nest or hornet's nest or whatever the hell, and I've been calling Microsoft for their lack of AAA exclusive content. Okay, and he actually has some of these games here in front of him. But anyway, he was basically in this video here saying it wasn't that bad, and I have it here. You guys can see them. I'm just gonna play something he said, but I want you guys to look at this here. You know what I mean? You got games like this, D4, Dance Central, Connect Rivals, Titanfall. I give him that. Killer Instinct. I give him that. I actually like Rise. I give him Dead Rising 4. Even though I don't care for that either. Forza, Zoo Tycoon, Project Spark. You got games like Fantasia. But anyway, I'm gonna let you hear him say it, like, explain this word, and you're gonna see maybe this is the problem with a lot of Xbox or Xbox guys within the community. You know what I mean? And they're either complacent with what we have, and and they don't see a room for improvement. You know what I mean? But hear him out.
Revisited pretty soon, but people's like, that's not a retail exclusive, and it drove the narrative of Xbox don't have no games. And then Phantom Dust finally came. This shit was trash. It's a free to play with microtransactions, but it still has the original Xbox assets. And I mean, I played it just to play it, and I haven't touched it since. Gigantic. Now this game's been through so much. It's first was in beta, then it went to game preview, officially releasing in July of 2017. It's one of me and Gaming Addict's favorite games to play. We haven't played it in a little bit, but it does have a lot to offer. Hopefully, the studio, the publisher, survives, and this game can continue to be supported. It is a great game. I like to play it whenever everybody's down to play. Cuphead, instant classic. Instant classic.
I give him Cuphead. It was a good game.
Version of Dark Souls,
He said it was the Xbox version of Dark Souls. Somebody cut this nigga Michael. What Cuphead was?
Oh man,
and, it made me rage a lot. But it was very good. It brought the community together. People were buying it from their PCs just so they can slight Xbox. They were buying
Smooth Barber ain't got no love for him neither.
No, right there. He started the conspiracy. They were buying it on PC to slight Xbox. We ain't gonna go there.
Oh
we ain't gonna
man,
go there. We're gonna have fun with this.
And everybody talked about it. It was the talk of the month. And then it was time for the Xbox One X to launch, and we got games like Disneyland Adventures and Pixar's Rush. Forza Motorsport 7, which also came out. Actually, I need to move this over here because I think Forza 7 came out before these games. Yes. So Forza 7. The big thing about this game is that, or at least for Xbox One X, 4K 60 uncompromised.
Okay, nigga, do tell.
It looks good, dog. It looks freaking good.
Okay.
It looks amazing. Disneyland Adventure in Rush. This is where people just really started laughing at Xbox, but hey, it's whatever. And then obviously Super Lucky's Tales, which people were just pissed off that it's not Conquer. Shout out to Jez. And then to close out the year, they have PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds exclusive to Xbox Game Preview right now.
Okay.
This game's available on Xbox, PC, and mobile phones. Right now, nothing for PlayStation, but they're expected to have it. But I include this.
Nigga, do tell. Hurry up.
Time it released, it was exclusive to this console, like I did with Dead Rising and like I did with Tomb Raider. And now we are in.
Okay.
So
check them out.
And shortly after, we have State of Decay 2, and then we don't know from there on.
Okay, hold up. All right.
It's supposed to be Forza Horizon 4. It's supposed to be another surprise here and there. But looking at this list, it's a list of 40 games. It's an average of about 8 games a year. And even 2017, it was.
What? You said this is about an average of 8 goddamn games a year.
Jesus.
If that motherfucker ain't put the goddamn chubby chicken spit on the shit, I don't know what the hell is. That's an average of 8 exclusives a year. Like, literally. If this is where we're at now, you know what I mean? We're counting quantity over quality. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I'm being honest as I know hand. I'm not a very honest man, right? Fuck it. Cheat on my taxes, cheat on my wife, cheat on every goddamn body, right? Cheat on everything. It's an average of, instead of 8 exclusives a year. Now I'm gonna stop sharing my screen there, put my shit back into my headphones. There we go. Yeah. An average of 8 exclusives a year. You know what I mean? Regardless of how shitty those exclusives may be, but he's saying it's an average of 8 exclusives a year. Then basically goes on to say again, I'm paraphrasing. So we got to kill with the notion that Xbox don't have any games. They have plenty of games, but he's naming game like Connect games and Project Spark. I'm talking when I say I'm not even saying the Xbox don't have any games. What I'm saying is this is that AAA games. When I say about Xbox exclusives, I'm talking about the games like the Gears of War 4, the Forza Horizons 3s, State of Decay 2, which I am looking forward to. You know, things like that. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about the Fantasias, the Project Sparks, the Zoo Tycoons. Shit, the greatest Ori may have been. I'm not even talking about Ori. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, you know, new IPs, big box, you know, big, you know, blockbuster budgets, over the top stuff. You know what I mean? Now, and like I said, we all seen what happened in 2017, and he's fine with that. You get 8 exclusives. But listen, again, I'm gonna talk to you guys here. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get too long-winded. Masson, how do you feel? Am I overreacting? Or we're right, we got 8 exclusives, we're averaging 8 exclusives a year.
That is not a lie. It's dumb as shit, but it's not a lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him that. It's not a lie.
Oh, he was lying.
Now, is he high or like drunk, or you know he got that field smoke in his nose? I don't know what it is, but if he's cool with that list, just because it's a list, he's as delusional as all them soda dudes at the beginning of this generation.
Wait, hold on 1 second. We got Dylan. I didn't even shout out to Dylan. What's going on, Dylan? I didn't even join. Hey, if you can see the screen, do me a favor, man. Pay the bills. We got Ant Caster.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Ant Caster 5B said Z and Kingsblood walk Kidsmoove down and live stream damage control is mad funny.
That was last week. What's that? Last week before last?
Yeah, that was before last.
Dylan, what's going on? Hey, Dylan, you there?
You there?
You back to, you know, probably about to taking a shot of that devil's dance from that nose candy. Well, I'll come back to him. Garrett Kingsblood, talk to me.
Well, number 1 in that list you got to take off the year exclusives. Cut it out, bro. That's not an exclusive, bro. Once you get past when it's an exclusive, it's no longer on that list. You gotta remove that, bro. I seen that Tomb Raider in there, but see, I'm not one of these Microsoft is dead guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting to see what they're gonna do for the rest of the generation. You know what I'm saying? Number 1, Sea of Thieves is not it. I'm still contemplating whether or not I'm gonna refund that game if I can. But I see good things coming. You know what I mean? Like State of Decay 2 look like it's for me. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this generation, as far as me being a Xbox gamer, me coming from 360 and original Xbox One, didn't have a PS3, only had a PS2 for a few years. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we missing a lot. You know what I'm saying? This generation been ass compared to the last couple. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. So where he coming off with, we've been good. My thing is this. If you want to know whether or not you like the games coming from Microsoft this generation, check the amount of hours they play in these exclusives. That'll tell you everything. On that list, run through Kidsmoove Gamertag and check the amount of hours he played them games. Oh, that'll tell you whether or not he good. All right.
All right. Yeah,
if you check mine, you're gonna love all my Forza games. You see a whole lot of hours, and that Gears 4. Rest of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably my most played. I got about 12, 13, 14 days in that goddamn game. Dale, you there? Still not there. Still back there getting his nose candy together.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, so and well, I look at this like this thing. I mean, so and maybe we can take it in this direction. Okay. State of the Xbox community. You know, forget like I said, damage control. Have we lowered our standards? And you know, and have we became complacent? You know what I mean? Or it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
No. What happened is everything flipped. Like at the beginning of this generation, everything you hear these hardcore Xbox dudes saying is the same shit Sony was saying. Every pony was like, so what? 1080p, blah blah blah, 1080p, blah blah blah, 1080p. Well, where's your AAA exclusives? Well, we got
can you guys
blah 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 indie game.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, go ahead, brother. I don't want to cut you off, man. I'm trying to figure this fucking shit out. God,
you good? And they was like blah 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 indie game, blah 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 indie game. So now you hear that same exact thing because Xbox got the power, and all they putting out is indie games. Where the AAA, the big stuff at for all this power you got. And it's the same thing. The only thing is now it's on the other foot. And the difference is us, like the people who prefer multiplayer, because most people who prefer Xbox over PlayStation are multiplayer centric people. That's just the reality of the situation. So the people who prefer multiplayer games, we like Microsoft, what the hell? And the difference is we have no problem saying Microsoft, what the hell? The only thing is now everybody's echoing the same sentiment because PlayStation now getting games. So all these dudes jump into defense mode, even though not a single fucking paycheck is coming their way, which I don't understand. I'm getting paid from Microsoft. If I got into defense mode, it's because I'm getting paid, and I still don't do that shit. Like, just keeping it 100. 99% of these dudes who out here with the white knighting and got their shields up like Phil Spencer is their stepdaddy. Like, y'all need to stop, bro. Stop. Nice. Call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. Tell them to get their shit together.
Oh, okay. Hey, Dealer.
Yeah, what's going on?
I haven't spoken to you since last leap year. What's going on with your good brother?
Last leap year, yeah. Oh, wow.
I hope you're in good health and good spirit.
I see you melting down over here, man, and I understand where you're coming from. I've done my own. God, I hate feeling it sounded so negative here lately, man. But it's not my fault. Sea of Thieves just came out. All right, I wouldn't be so negative had the shit not come out yet. So there's problems with the game, and people damage control. I've been going at them too. I don't understand where some of these people are coming from. They're assuming that we're saying the game has zero fun or zero life in it, or it's worth $0, and we never said that. Especially myself. I understand why they're playing it, but at the same time, they've got to understand that they're going to see a lot of what myself as well as yourself are saying about the game in 3 months when the hype wears off of them. They're going to come to finally realize that, whoa, there's not really. I mean, even the Dolphins they showed off in the game like a year or two ago, they're not even in the game. Like, where the fuck did the Dolphins go? So, it's just one of those things where I just feel like the hype's getting the better of certain people. I don't have a damn thing against Kidsmoove. Kidsmoove's actually right with his numbers, but at the same time, you're playing. We're not counting Barbie Horse Racing 2019 as an exclusive. So I don't know, man. It's not for me. That's not why I play this shit. And I think you got a point when you say a lot of people are about multiplayer on Xbox. I think that's true to an extent, but you got to remember that that's more of a thing that people used to think and know, 8-10 years ago. 360, right? You went there for the multiplayer. That's what kept that platform vibrant and going. Now everything has multiplayer. We've been multiplaying it up for over a decade. I'm ready for some fucking story, man.
Good point. Good point. Okay, check it out. Right,
hold up and pay the bills real quick.
Okay.
Shout out to the Bang House. Said going by smooth logic, PlayStation releases way more.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, and yeah. I mean, I guess he said 8. You're averaging 8 per year, but I'm talking about when I say exclusive, I'm talking about AAA. And I've even had people come to me and say, "I bullshit you not." This one I really knew was a problem. Like, what the hell have I started here? I hope I don't be out here sounding that goddamn crazy. When I tweeted Phil was last week before last, and I was just talking about, and I want to get your opinion on this too, Dylan. The art direction where they're going as far as their exclusives. Everything's Nickelodeon-ish, and where you have Sony across the street where things are more realistic. You know what I mean? I got everything saying I should have asked Phil for mocap games, and I heard all types of wild shit, right? And I asked Phil, what's again? Because I don't know anymore. Like, where's your guys' direction? Is everything going to be PG-13 going forward? Like, because I don't, like I said, and that's alarming to me. And I've always said again, that's like a broken record. At least back in the 6th generation, and they were getting their teeth kicked in by the PS2. You know what I mean? I just felt like even then I knew like what the direction it was, the hardcore box. A lot of people don't know this. The original Xbox was looked at as more of the hardcore console for that generation, and PlayStation was more of the casual. You know what I mean? And again, what made the PlayStation 2 so great back then is that the multi-plat you had today, they were exclusive back then. But on the Xbox, you had games like Otogi, Shenmue 1 and 2, and I can go on and on, right? Jet Set Radio, Panzer Dragon Order. So I'm asking, like, where's the direction as far as mature type exclusive? And he said to me, he didn't, and we answered crazy. Shout out to him. He answered while I was on the show, doing the live stream, doing Beastfire, and he said it was just timing, of us getting, what was it, Voodoo Vince, Sea of Thieves, Lucky Tales, and something else. It was just timing. You know what I mean? Cool. But I asked him. I was just talking about far as mature looking titles. Now listen, I understand that games like State of Decay 2. Even though that I guess it may be more mature, but only like far as the art style, you look at a game like No Days Gone. You know what I mean? And again, I got the world's most powerful console. I'm gonna say this again. And I hate to be don't be messy, Z. I got the world's most powerful console. Dealer, I present to you Exhibit A. All right, I'm gonna show you something here. I mean, and again, I would hate the picture. Well, for those that may have not, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you have here this is a screenshot of Sea of Thieves on the Xbox One X, and here you have a picture of my man Kratos, the God of War, on this standard PS4. We got 6.18 teraflops. You got about 1.8 there. You know what I mean? Am I missing something? Like, what the hell is going on here? Now, what are your thoughts about that? Now, we ain't gonna pull no point with the truth. Now, listen, before I let you know, we got new rules here on this channel. I would hate to question your integrity, and this is a drug-free environment. Nigga, do tell. Talk to me.
Well, you know what? Sea of Thieves looks great in its own way, but yeah, there's no comparison between the art style and direction that these games are trying to set. The two tones here, that's obvious, right? Now, Sea of Thieves does use the cloud for the water, but a lot of people think that that's why the water looks so good. When in reality, the water is actually being rendered by the hardware, the GPU and the Xbox One. It's the physics in the server that are powered by the cloud. So, a lot of people run around at least touting the cloud bullshit. That's all thanks to dedicated servers. That's why when you shoot a skeleton, it takes a second for him to blow up or die because there's a little bit of lag on that server. It's all powered by the cloud, whatever. But the visuals are GPU powered. I have a hard time believing that they couldn't get more out of the Xbox One X on Sea of Thieves, even having the art style it has. I feel like it could even look better. It looks great, don't get me wrong, for what it is, but Kratos over here would curb stomp the shit out of this pirate dude over here on the left. Yeah,
but I mean, as again, being a I presume you're still and here, this is where I'm coming from. My preferred platform, and it is best to own all of them at the end of the day. You get certain things from like Sony. This is what Sony does, right? Sony have always made these one-player story-driven games, right? That's their niche. And Microsoft more they built their thing on Xbox Live multiplayer. That's their thing. You know what I mean? Even like I said, and Sony more or less leans on the multi-plats to give you their
but since when is Microsoft thing spending 4 years on a game and it's like it's been in development for a year and a half? I don't understand that, and that's what continues to blow my fucking mind because I ask myself every time I play it, I'm like, man, it's like they just needed more time, and I stop myself because I'm like, no,
4 years.
I know because they had 4 years, nearly half a decade, and that makes no sense to me because this game looks like it's been worked. I mean, keep this in mind: they built Arkham City in 2 fucking years with a smaller team. All right, now you might say, see if these look how big it is. Those games it's actually pretty easy to render a map of water and then put some islands in there and then have a procedurally generated chest system and some riddles. Okay, it should not have taken them 4 years to make this.
Hey, listen, you just get ready. And listen, I know you might get the complexion for the right connection, but you about to win all your white privilege. They about to throw your white ass out of the Xbox.
Get the fuck
like that. You talking like that? Right ass right out here with me. You're gonna be on the corner. Listen, listen.
Ain't no leaning on no race bullshit here. I'm just saying that these are just facts, and I've already talked about this in a video. I was surprised at how many likes it got compared to how many dislikes. I released it days ago, my little review of it, and not everyone's going to agree. That's what people have to understand. But for those that are still level-headed enough to see where we're coming from, these are things you're going to come to think in a month and a half. We're just seeing it earlier. Okay, that's really what I've been told so far in DMs. Man, I didn't see it the first couple of days, but your review was right. And I'm like, you know what? I didn't want to force you to see it, but that's my opinion. Keep it real.
I'm gonna say now, all you guys to chime in, and you can go down and ask you guys this, right? Dealer, whoever. The last time we've had a game, a AAA, a game. And I know you guys made before since this is like a simulation racer outside. We're gonna get that every other year. It's been 17 months, right? So we had a 17-month hiatus. And their answer, maybe CFDs wouldn't be so scrutinized or looked. Because it feels like a Project Spark game to me, just to be honest with you. And I'm not even slamming, even though it maybe not be for me, but it kind of feels like a Project Spark game. And for this to be a AAA title, with massive studios, been working on this for 4 years, this really it falls short. Now, it's been 17 months, and we've heard that Microsoft is finally taking the shackles off Rare. I know we all heard that. I even use it as some of my damage control, arguments, right? We're gonna, they no longer forced to do Avatar and Connect games, and this is their answer. So I'm gonna ask you guys this: is it just down to the fact that Sony has more talented development studios? Like, what are your thoughts?
Rare. This is a rare game. Like real talk, this is a rare game. Yeah, it is. It's Rare trying to evolve and failing at evolving, but this shit looks like Rare wasn't out here making things that look like Kratos. They never were. They're not going to start. Like, this is a Rare type game.
Yeah.
And the problem is holistically that Microsoft being very service driven, multiplayer driven, those are the type of games that they are ensuring that they put out. Like even in the next 3 quote unquote, big games this year, State of Decay, multiplayer driven. Crackdown is about the multiplayer. They showed the little single player stuff, but everybody knows it's about the multiplayer. It's about full destruction in that city in the cloud service. That's what that's about. Like that is what they are driving towards. And that being the case, every substitution they make for games is about ensuring that it can be played on anything and everything because they want that to be their niche. They want it to be, you can pop open your Surface and play Sea of Thieves with your friends playing on their, $3,000 PC. That's what they want. And the problem is that since that's what they want, all of their developers design towards that, and they try to make sure that it's working server side and all this cloud tech and all that stuff is working. So the graphics you get is the graphics you see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree that it looks like a Rare game. You can't argue against that. Just go back and look at their last several games. It is. That's the way they meant it to go. They didn't go that way because they couldn't have gone a more realistic route. That's a fact, right?
Yeah, that's just.
But here's the problem: if Microsoft are really looking at extending these service-based games, blah, blah, blah. Games that live and breathe and adapt, like Rainbow Six Siege is finally somewhere where it's compelling, right? But it took years. That's not what we really need from a new IP like this, really. I mean, it's untested. It needed more content. And if Microsoft are trying to give it some life, right? How come you didn't make sure it had, content in it? There's just no content. And if there's no content, that's not good no matter how you try to spin it. Like, you need a good amount of content, and then you add more and more and more, because what are people doing while they're trying to unlock more content? They're unlocking the content and starting the game. And there's not really any in this game,
And like I said on multiplayer yesterday, the problem with Sea of Thieves is that Sea of Thieves wanted to be a build your own narrative game where it's pirate crew versus pirate crew versus pirate crew, and y'all just hijacking each other. Y'all going out fighting some Krakens, but y'all mostly fighting each other. The problem is everything is too big and too empty, and it doesn't work because it's too big and too empty.
And another problem is, once again, it all comes down to that 4-year cycle. What the fuck were they doing for 4 years? Can anyone tell me what they were doing in 4 years?
No,
listen. I'm gonna say, listen. I'm not gonna say any name.
They're playing the accordion.
But I've heard such claims this is the game of the generation. That listen, I can't make this shit up. Listen, I going forth, I will tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me, your great grandmother. I've even heard claims, and again, let's be realistic. So, and YouTube is entertainment. You get, even though you may get parts of who we are in real life, a part of our character, whatever the case may be. I'm just at the point where, like I said, I'm done with the damn thing. We got, and listen, we got to be honest. You know what I mean? And well, here's again, we got the idea of the Xbox show, dealer. And again, I don't know what's your thought. What was your thoughts of the show? Cause I lost. I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like,
hold up, I'm pay the bills real quick. Then shout out to Gauntlet with the 5 beans. Said y'all saw that downgrade of Sea of Thieves E3 2015 to retail 18. That shit's wild.
That whole Xbox show thingy, that was meant to sell you some snake oil, because they definitely did. Thanks. They talked about Sea of Thieves damn near the whole fucking show, and look what they sold you. God damn.
Well, I actually thought it was pretty straightforward. I don't know if you guys watched the whole thing, but they literally got to the point where they said, "This is what we have." In a roundabout way, this is what we have. We're gonna keep building on to it with your help. And you know what? We got this, and a room where only the badasses can go. They can bring a +1 for special quests and whatnot. I thought that was cool. But this is what we have. And I knew it. I was like, yep, this is
2 hours.
Say what?
For 2 hours?
Well, I don't know. Major Nelson had to hand model some shit. I don't know what the fuck they were doing.
All right. And listen, I request the judge, the bench to treat him as a hostile witness. Here's the thing, right? Here was my issue, and I've never been a big proponent, like I said, of Sea of Thieves. Maybe it was the art style. Maybe if it looked more like Ubisoft's game, I would probably be more inclined to play it or more interested in it. I just never been a big fan of Rare. Outside of Killer Instinct, I've always said this in RC Pro-Am. Now, what I'm saying is that it's been kind of dry as far as announcements. Like I said, we haven't had a AAA game announcement probably since 2015, more or less, right? And if they would have came out and even showed State of Decay, the collector's edition, or maybe Flash, talked about maybe their plans for E3. Like, it's been so quiet from us. And what alarming to me, dealer, is Phil and those guys always saying, "We hear you guys. We know what you guys want." And I'm scratching my head like, you can't really hear us, and you come out and you give us a 2-hour show. They interviewed my man that was playing the fucking harmonica. I'm like, God damn.
I think a lot of people got the wrong. I mean, they were pretty clear about what that show was too, though. They basically, they're using it each month to showcase the content that's coming out relatively soon for the platform. It's never meant to be an E3 or some massive show for big breaking stuff. They've said this. I just wasn't, as always, I'm always trying to keep my expectations in check. But at the same time, why the fuck would they come out now and tell you anything when E3 is a few months away? Like, it makes no sense.
You know what the problem was? That 2 days before the show, they tweeted out that Inside Xbox will have exclusive announcements that immediately put people on they about to do an E3 show before E3. That immediately put them in that mode. and they did it to themselves.
Well, I mean, they did
where they
announce
just shoot
exclusive
themselves in the
announcements,
foot.
right? I mean, they didn't lie. They did. They had several exclusive announcements, actually. The problem is people. I don't know what would give them an impression that they're going to get another E3 before E3 when they said this is going to be a monthly show, right?
Right.
This is every month, right?
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, I'll give you an example, right? Hey, hold on.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of expected them to. I didn't really expect them to do anything like show you some type of. What was everybody crying for that? What's that damn game? The RPG we used to have. That it was a rumor of it coming out. Fable. I didn't expect anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, like they just shown. We cry for marketing all the time. Oh, they need to market these. They actually did market Sea of Thieves, so I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I hope they do the same shit for State of Decay next month. So I'm not really mad at that. I just thought that. Like, damn, Sea of Thieves.
I told you as soon as we finished watching that show, next month will be the State of Decay show. This was the Steve show. Next month will be selling you State of Decay. They're gonna let IGN do it this month. And then next month they're gonna do it with the Inside Xbox show.
I did say though, for fans of Sea of Thieves, though, they did tell you a lot of things that we didn't know about the game. But that was the most we found out about the game in fucking 4 years, right? And we already know more about State of Decay 2 than we knew about Sea of Thieves the day before it launched. We know State of Decay 2 is a fully featured, high-quality sequel that improves in every single way. It's going to be crammed full of what you love from State of Decay 1 with co-op. We know that. That's why I'm counting on that to be, the thing that I'm pushing it on Twitter actually earlier, just like an hour ago. As to what people should look for, look forward to.
State of Decay 2 is still my most anticipated games. All them Sony games, whatever, all that shit. I'm gonna play all of them, but State of Decay 2 is still my most anticipated game this year, and that's just gonna be godly on my PC.
Okay, okay. Let me. I give you an example of what I mean with Diller. You see how Nintendo just had whatever they just had, right? And it just flashed a character, whatever, from Smash. You got grown men out there fainting. You know what I mean? Something because again, we've gotten more announcements for tech that Microsoft's acquired than actually games.
That's true.
Game Pass or Zor or.
I've seen more commercials for the Switch since it's come out than I've seen for Xbox.
How about this? Or even the fact that the Switch, and I don't care for that console. It's been out a year, and it's more than damn near triple the output of AAA games that we've gotten from my preferred platform.
No, Doom on the Switch isn't necessarily.
I'm talking about exclusive wise.
Yeah, I don't know. AAA, you use that carefully because the Switch you're not going to see the big fucking AAA games that we're getting this year or next year, any of that stuff on the Switch. The Switch is competing with itself in the mobile market. So, I mean, that is what it is. I mean, it's going to do well.
Exclusive content. I'm just, whether Zelda, Mario Kart, they've got him. Listen, like we've haven't had a AAA game on our side outside of Gears since 2016. Outside of Forza, you know what I mean? And or even this, maybe you may see maybe where my frustrations come from. We could, and again, I used to use this for some of my damage control points. Sony's broke, they out there paying Rob Peter to pay Paul, and they
selling buildings
and fax machines. I used to be out there cutting the fuck up, right? But here there's Sony last year alone put out 2016. I'm sorry, put out a Slim Pro PSVR, still had third-party deals, great advertisement, all this shit here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I can't even, again, so I'm scratching my rubbing my goddamn arm, like, you know what I mean? Well, see, we don't need no money for commercials because we're gonna get that in exclusives. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hearing week after week in these podcasts. Like, and shout out to my brother Kim Maker, but he make that stuff. Oh, see,
I'd like to know where OK Mega got that information from. I'm not sure that's how
I mean? Ass.
Or the fact when I say things like this, Diller, you know what I mean? That and I just put up as a question. I think maybe during BGST. What would you like to see 343 or the Coalition make outside of Gears and Halo? Because again, you look across the street and you take a team like I said, and at the time, I wasn't even buying the fact they are more talented, but they took 10 people from the Uncharted team and started them on The Last of Us, and that can be argued that The Last of Us was Sony's was bigger than the Uncharted back then on the PS3. It was huge for them, you know what I mean? And right now they're working on The Last of Us 2 and another third-person action adventure game outside of The Last of Us and Uncharted. You know what I mean? You got 3-4. It's over 600 employees. You understand what I'm saying? You mean all you guys just crank out is Halo every 3-4 years?
No, I don't think they need to remove that talent. I think they need to extend those development times.
But if they're not,
to a minimum of 3 to 4 years easily, and give those guys more time and less pressure, time to innovate and add more detail to the small things on the big franchises, billion-dollar franchises. It's not smart to put those teams to something else. It's just not. And it's also not their problem. Their problem is the reason they're standing on these IPs so much, according to all these people, is because they don't have enough studios to make everything else. So their problem, they need to solve their problem by just making more studios, right? And then it won't seem like, oh man, that 343 needs to focus on something else, or Coalition does, because they would have so many other studios making everything else.
And again,
so if they didn't make a Forza 8 next year, for instance, right?
Okay, but that's
massive Forza fan. If they put Turn 10 and gave them, said, here, make something else.
Okay,
I'd be pissed because I want Forza 8 in 2019.
This is the rumor, and again, and I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. And this is for me speaking to someone over on their side, right? When I raised the question, I would say you'd be surprised to watch your show. What was told to me, I didn't go to school to put myself $100,000 in debt to make card games. They're artists, and again, if you look at the developer, the dev that just left 343. His next game is a multiplayer horror game. Listen, we can argue say whether you like Destiny or not. That was probably one of the biggest multiplayer this generation, and you had that in house. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They are artists,
and that's perfectly fine, man. But let those people, if they don't want to sign up to make the next Halo and find a way to innovate, because Halo needs innovation bad, especially on the campaign side of things. New story, change it up a little bit. I'm just saying that those people, they sign up to make that kind of stuff. If you join a Halo team, you join 343, you know why you're there. And if you don't want to be there, you don't gotta be there. So that's why that guy left.
I can't lie. I'd be mad as shit if I didn't get a fucking Forza every year, bro. I know you're not a race. I know you're not a racer. You don't like racers, but us guys that like racers, bro, we want it like every year. You know what I'm saying?
Which is cool. Here's what I'm saying. The assets are there. Like they got to start from scratch. And the rumor has it is that we're gonna get Horizon this year. The next year they're supposed to do some type of Forza kart game. They're gonna give them a year off. And so Microsoft was supposed to be releasing the Xbox, whatever the hell was in 2020 to meet somebody there. And you're supposed to get a new.
It's supposed to be a fucking Gears of War turn-based strategy spin-off trash. Like that's what's going to make things more problematic. If you thought they were leaning on these too much already, with this kind of stuff in the works, with this kind of stuff in the works, the problem gets much worse. So hopefully these are inaccurate reports and just give these fuckers at Coalition and any story-based team more time, because you have to compete with the industry. You've got to compete with Witcher. You've got to compete with Uncharted. You got to compete with Last of Us 2 and all that good stuff. So I don't know, man.
Open some more damn studios and announce some shit. Just announce it. I don't give a damn if it's not coming out right now. Announce it.
But I will remind people that Black Tusk and all these studios they had at the beginning of the generation, nobody knew shit about them until they were ready to tell you. They were already well underway working on stuff. So they can announce stuff at E3 that's been in the works for a year or more. You just never know.
They could, but that's the problem is that they don't. That's the damn problem.
Last year,
they don't say nothing.
They didn't talk about acquiring all these studios publicly and the billion they put into games. Like that's what I'm saying. There's another variable at play here, and I will say that it's at least a possibility.
As soon as Phil said we're not announcing nothing until it's ready to come out, that let me know that he got his britches all tied up because of Scalebound and everybody bashing them for canceling Scalebound and Fable Legends, and that's just retarded. It's stupid. Let that go. Like you have to let that go. If you're not going to move forward, then nobody's going to move forward with you because you're stagnant. So Sony's doing to tell everybody, right? But you have to at least Sony. If you go on the Sony side, Death Stranding is coming out. That shit ain't coming out till 2020, 2021. But it's there. That's the difference. If I ask anybody right now, after Crackdown 3 comes out, probably in August or September, what's coming out for Xbox?
Bruh. Forza
Horizon 4. And Forza next year. Forza 4 next year. You get Halo maybe next year, 2020, or when they start to put out the next set of consoles. So like I said, you don't know what those things are. No matter how much we want to say, you know, Xbox coming out. Like I said, I'm not in the fire Phil Spencer camp. That's not me. I'm giving the man time to do what he do. But the fact of the matter is, you need to show me that it exists. Right now, this shit is smoke. I don't want to see smoke. I want to see fire. It's that simple.
You don't see anything, shit.
Right.
Exactly. That's why I hope they turn it around. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the wait till E3 guy, not at all. But I hope at this E3 they really kind of show us what you got coming. Like why you guys don't have a roadmap? You know what I'm saying? It's just like Mass was saying, man. Like, this is like stupid. You really do not know. You really have no fucking idea. I don't want to hear about rumors of Fable. I want to know it's actually there. That's why I really don't give a fuck about those rumors, bro. Like, when I see things like, wow, fantastic, Microsoft news. Nope. If it's not a game, it's not fantastic. Trust me when I tell you this.
I don't think any of us are saying wait till E3. We're obviously not. We're obviously not waiting till E3. You know, we're bitching about it now. You know,
I'm telling you, they already on that path where they don't care. They gonna ride this wave. Hopefully, their biggest show ever is actually to show some damn games. Because even games like Ghost of Tsushima, everybody talking about Ghost of Tsushima. You saw a trailer. That shit could be a turn-based strategy game. It could be a side-scrolling old school. You don't know what it is. You saw a goddamn trailer, a CGI trailer. It could have been a movie. You don't know. But everybody talk about the game because they announced the game.
Right. I'm gonna say this right, and we're not gonna be here too long. And this is why I stopped reading my Bible. Right. This is what I'm dealing with. Right. Listen here, man. Listen. Now, Jimmy, I listen. They're telling me now that they're finally saying that Phil got the checkbook open. I done heard this 2 years ago. Got the checkbook open. They out there trying to do X, Y, and Z. And again, I shout out to Mighty Moss. And I want to say two things here. And I've always raised this quick. Got me scratching my head. How did we go through the 360 to where we are now? And I maybe, like I said, maybe Microsoft don't have the most talented teams as far as developers, right? Fine. That's, you say tomato, I say tomato. But what made the 360 so great was their second party deals. Gears was a second party deal. BioShock, Oblivion. Should I can go on and on? Mass Effect, Human, Blue Dragon, Lost Islands, 99 Nights, right? And we had that to fill the void between the Halos or whatever the hell's made. They were working on first party wise. That was totally absent this generation. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't have any really second party deals. You know what I mean? None whatsoever. So. You know what I mean? They say, they were siphoning the money and Tony Myerson and Phil's hand. I don't know. You know what I mean? I wasn't there in none of those board meetings. But they're saying now that the deals and stuff and things that Phil's put into play, we're not going to see to next generation. So they're no longer telling me to wait the E3. They say, nigga, wait the next gen. And that nigga do tell. That's a
wait the next gen. Hey. My 360 strength last generation is the X1's weakness this gen. They paid on the motherfuckers to make the content for them. That's what a second party deal is. All right. Hey, we got some money. You like money? All right, make this shit. And they can't really do that this gen because they don't have the advantages of the bigger install base and being where it's at and all that good stuff. But I will say that the reason any of this is even happening is because, and I've cracked the code on this, Microsoft's oldest studio is it's turned 10, 2004. That's their oldest AAA type studio. Other than that, Rare was kind of in the Connect shit, and that's why we're not even counting them motherfuckers. This is the first game in a fucking decade, right? This is what it feels like.
The handcuffs is all, the shackles is all.
Right. So they're finally out making, a quarter or finished games. And but other than that, right, you got 343, which is like their second oldest studio. And that's what their first game is 2012. Now you're comparing them to these Sony studios, God of War, they got 17 of those. Naughty Dog been working on shit for 20 years. Like they just got really old, vetted, quality, experienced studios. And they've just come around. They've gone through so many different franchises and gained all this knowledge, and they've evolved. And then Neil Druckheimer gets there and he just fucking brings them up to the next level. That guy's a master at what he does. There's no getting around it. So experience is key here, and Microsoft have to not only hire more studios, but you got to let them age a little bit, like a fine wine almost. None of the studios are that old at all.
But I listen. What you're saying is absolutely true. But this is their third generation, right?
Yeah, I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that's how they fucked up. That's what's wrong with it.
And I look at it, and as and I can't even give them a pass for that because they are not some indie. You're goddamn $1 trillion goddamn company. Go out there and be the behemoth you are.
Somebody said Rare is 30 years old. Of course, they're 30 years old, but Microsoft, one, didn't own them back then. And secondly, this is not the Rare of 30 years old, 30 years ago, not even close. So that's why we didn't mention that. If we didn't mention it, there's probably a reason for that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. So I'll leave you with one of you guys with the closing, things. Dilla, do you have faith? Do you think that Microsoft is going to nail it this coming this E3?
I don't know, but what I do know is that I do think State of Decay 2 is going to both deliver on the promise of the first game and what they've said the second one should be. I think it's going to be full of content. They're not doing loot boxes. They've done it at a proper price, which, by the way, everyone that had a problem with a $30 game, Hellblade was like $30 fucking too. Nobody had a problem with that 6 months ago. So, $30 game, whatever. It looks great for what it is. It's going to have good co-op. It's going to have plenty of life in it. So, State of Decay 2 is going to be a good time. E3, they'll probably open it with that Crackdown destruction. Honestly, that's probably the last time you'll see Crackdown at E3. They're going to showcase that destruction for the first time publicly, and then they'll probably release it soon after E3. I'm here in late July. And then who knows what's after that. But that's kind of the thing about E3 is you got Mech Assault, Perfect Dark, which I don't know why they're even bothering unless they're really changing it up with the first-person game. And then you got Fable, rumored in there as well. They said the beta logs and the SDKs were very high for Crackdown, meaning it's very close to release. It's just one of those things where it sucks, but once again, you're kind of waiting and seeing. Meanwhile, you're playing all the best multiplans. That's kind of the roles are swapped here, so I don't know, man. I'm with you. Sea of Thieves, though, quit damage controlling the shit. It is what it is. It's a quarter of a fucking game.
Hold up. I got a question for Diller. Now, a certain guy blocked me on Twitter because I posted something about Sea of Thieves being Xbox's No Man's Sky. This was just the title of a show. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even know back then. I was just saying it. You know what I'm saying? And, this is certain Windows Central writer said that. Now, you have extended time in this game. Do you believe that Sea of Thieves is Xbox's No Man's Sky?
I mean, based on the reviews, they're tied on Metacritic right now. So everyone was talking shit about No Man's Sky's Metacritic score. You better consider that when you're damage controlling Sea of Thieves. That's all I'm going to say. They're both at a 71 right now. And secondly, no, I don't think Sea of Thieves is a No Man's Sky because, for one, Sea of Thieves has that multiplayer, which is the only real, the experience of Sea of Thieves. You don't get that to go find fucking treasure chest that they're go kill skeleton. That's not why you get CPs in it. If you're doing it for that reason, don't expect anything there. It's 3 different ways to do 3 different things with a riddle or 2 here or there. Go collect pigs, like you said, Zaire. Why the fuck am I collecting a pig in a cage as a mission? Like this ain't what pirates do. Do pirates go collect animals? No, this ain't what's supposed to be happening, right? So it's the multiplayer that people get Sea of Thieves for. Meanwhile, they literally lied about No Man's Sky's multiplayer and then tried to patch it in later. So no, I wouldn't say that, but they are at the same score right now on Metacritic. So take that into account when you're defending Sea of Thieves, needlessly.
Maybe I look like something that over promises but under delivered. That's why I draw the, I could see if you were out there killing pirates, or say if you guys land on an island, you holding it down, and we kill you guys, take over your island. Maybe that would be much better than these, 4 fetch quests.
I told you they wanted it to be pirate on pirate, but that shit is empty.
That and the combat's not great. Like, why you're known for games with combat, and you're having the coalition help with Perfect Dark combat, supposedly, but you can't throw motherfuckers over at Rare a bone, help them figure out how combat should feel. Like, it's so not empty. And once again, it comes back to that amount of time they've spent that really gets to me. 4 years on what?
Damn.
All right.
I don't know, man.
You want to say something else? We get the hell about it, or you good? You done?
Yeah.
Microsoft,
be the behemoth that you are. That's all I got. That's it.
Sounds like a broken record. Y'all need to stop, bro.
I listen, man.
Bro, I damn well don't care. I'm trying to help the rest of the Xbox brethren out. I got plenty of games to play on my PC. I'm trying to help the Xbox brethren out.
Man. All I'm
Microsoft, do something. Phil, show something. Stop being a bitch.
This year,
your big boy pants. Walk out on the stage at E3 and say we got all this shit coming. It ain't coming until 2020, 2021. I don't give a fuck. Walk out on E3 stage and say it's coming. Do it. That's simple.
Microsoft will win this E3.
First.
I mean, that's kind of their advantage.
I'm going out on my K Mega. They will win this E3.
Sony could take a nap at the entire E3. Yoshida could come out on stage. They could put a toilet in the middle of the stage. He gets shit for an hour and 30 minutes, and they would still be better than Microsoft if they don't show shit that's coming out. It's that simple.
Well, Sony's also the disadvantage, though, because Sony already showed everything that's coming out until 2020 almost.
Sony ain't got to do shit, though. The last two shows that Sony put on, E3 and PlayStation Experience, they just showed shit they already showed. But everybody went wild for that shit.
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. Microsoft took last E3 for the amount of content they showed alone. Not to mention the unveil of like Metro and Anthem and all this stuff. Like they showed almost 50 games, and I thought last E3 was Sony's worst, even though they showed some really cool like Spider-Man and God of War footage. But I had already seen them for years, and same when Sea of Thieves came on last E3 at Microsoft. I was like, God, 10 minutes of this? I've seen this. You know, so it's not a double standard. It's just who showed the most shit and who showed the most stuff that I haven't seen before that I was intrigued by. That was Microsoft for sure. So we'll see if that works in their favor this year.
I need Phil to come through for me for E3. I'm betting Zaire. Don't get scared because I know you already taking that bet back for Sea of Thieves.
I mean, was that Zaire? Was that next gen? Was that Zaire? Was that next gen?
Oh, this is bet thing right here. You gotta know who you betting Zaire or next gen.
Yeah, we need to figure out when that next Sea of Thieves content drop is because apparently Craig Ferguson, he said that they're just gonna sit back for a few months and see how everything runs. And I was like, oh, you better not fucking do that because that's the last thing you need.
Dead by then.
Hey, they're going. Game will be dead by next weekend. I'm
not gonna lie. If you don't like fishing, like going out on a boat and shit,
you can't even fish.
These, bro.
You can't fish. Yeah, that is a true statement.
All right.
The only thing in the water is sharks and darkness.
But again, I'm gonna, like I said, wait and see. You know, wait and see. Wait the next gen or wait to E3. You heard it here first. Thank you all for rocking out with us tonight, man. I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. I mean, what's that game? No Way Out, or what is it called?
A Way Out. A Way Out. I don't know, man. That game is. I was looking forward to it, man. But the fuck the Oscars guy might have spoke too fucking soon for sure.
Well, it's not that good.
It's all right.
It's cringy, man. Like I've been playing. I got like 4 hours in it. It's just the dialogue is bad. The writing's bad. The voice acting's not good. But it is unique in some ways. It's just I'm not caught up in any hype for any game. I'm just saying how it is. The game could have the writing's not great, man. So play it if you got nothing else to play, man.
But I didn't expect the writing to be great because it wasn't like Brothers had like phenomenal.
I mean, shouldn't you want all the the better writing, the better, right? In general, right? So
how's the action in the game?
I hope for comparable writing to something that's pretty decent. You know, like this is pretty bad.
Whatchamacallit? My man Noah J. Osborne, another broadband bully. He probably put it the best. It's like Army of Two without the guns and a lot more walking.
Oh well, that wasn't a good one. Well, like I said, at least it's $30. Well, I think it's what 25 on EA Access or something.
Yeah, pick it up if you're bored, man. But if you kind of stretching, trying to pay the cable bill and shit, save that money and get some Far Cry 5 action Monday night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, dealer, for swinging by. We catch you guys. I'll be back tomorrow talking some more shit, teasing you guys.
I'm not saying it's bad for those in the chat. Jesus, fuck, you can't say anything without people assuming stuff. No, I'm just saying that there are things about the game that could be better. So just, and by that I mean substantially better. It's not horrible.
Means you hate it.
It's probably like a 6.87 right now. And to some of you motherfuckers that don't give a shit about anything apparently, including writing, you probably think it's a 10. So go for it.
All right, man. All right, well, listen, I'll catch you guys during the week, or we got Saturday, Sunday left, and dealer Tuesday with 8 o'clock on RDX. 8 o'clock, right?
8 p.m. Eastern, yeah.
8 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, thank you, man. We out here. Bang.